I'm planning my 2026 marketing and I'm taking you with me. I'm showing you exactly how I use Enji marketing software instead of like 17 different tabs to both plan and execute my marketing. So let's start. Okay, so if you've never tried Enji before, the first thing we'll have you do is create a strategy. If you have used Enji before, but you're like, these are not my 2026 goals anymore, you can just hit settings, restart your strategy, and it works perfect. So I need to restart mine. I'm not a natural at recording myself in video, so I actually did have my older 2025 strategy up, but I've already restarted it. So basically, you start by taking a quiz. Okay, so as you can see, kind of like based on how you answer the quiz questions, it loads your three main goals. You can have up to three, and then you can have up to 6 objectives, which you're choosing in the quiz. And then it can kind of show you which objectives line up with which goals, which I think is really cool. And then you get to fill out your ideal client. They do have a customer persona generator if you want to use it. And then what I super love is the marketing channels area. This is what I'm going to tweak to match what I'm actually going to do in 2026. So this is what they're recommending for me. And I might keep advertising, but I want to add YouTube. Obviously, that's why I'm recording this video. So add marketing channel, I am going to add YouTube because I know that I want that. And it's going to say like, hey, we have planned your schedule based on how many hours a week you have to market your business. I put 6 because that is realistic. Even on my worst week, I will have 6 hours to market my business. And now I can choose, do I want to increase my schedule or do I want to decrease some of the tasks that they've assigned me to basically keep my schedule? So I'm going to put increase my schedule at 7 hours. It's not like NG is timing you. And then I'm going to show you my personal like way of using NG, whether it's right or wrong, is then I go through the tasks once I do this. So I know that this is what I want to use. I want it to be a different color for aesthetic purposes. You can save your brand colors in NG, which is super cool too. Awesome. So now I'm going to go through the tasks to see what I actually want to do. So for SEO, I can see this is just like do SEO for half an hour. What does it say? Every Tuesday for half an hour. Like, okay, I can keep that one. Post on Google business page. I love that sometimes NG gives me tasks that I might not think of because even as someone who does SEO and does a ton of blog writing, I often forget to post on my Google business page. Complete SEO settings. I'm just going to check that one off because I have done my SEO settings. I mean, I do this for a living. It's going to prompt me to post on Google business page twice a week and do keyword research every 4th week on a Tuesday. So I can kind of decide what I want. For some of them, NG like literally shows you how to do it. So I'm going to go through these ones. Sign up for an email platform. Again, I don't need that as a task. I've already done it. Schedule email newsletters. I like mine to go out on Thursdays, but oftentimes I'm featuring the weekly podcast episode that went out on Tuesday. So I write my newsletters on Tuesday so that I can link to that podcast, plan an email campaign. So actually, I'm not going to do that. That's not how I'm going to do email marketing. Create a lead magnet. I already have one. Create a marketing and sales. Again, I already have one. I might add these later in the year, but that's not something that I want in my tasks right off the gate. I don't really use social media, but I want to promote my email list on stories and threads every Wednesday. I want to try doing a sneaky little, this is what the subject line is, make sure to get it once a week. So I'm going to put that on Wednesday. Estimated effort 15 minutes. And I know how to make it repeat, but yes, there we go. Perfect. So basically, when you go through these, you can be like, is this a task I actually want that corresponds to this channel, or do I want to add something? So I'm going to go through and do the rest of these. Okay, so I went through them all, and you might have remembered that I had advertising here, and then I had video marketing. I decided to remove advertising from one of my main channels because I don't currently have any ads running, so that the tasks didn't super make sense, and I don't plan to start running ads until either February or March. So when I do that, I'm going to go to the campaigns and find a campaign. I'm sure there's one for ads, but basically I will just put digital ad. And then when I want the campaign to start, Maybe I'll temporarily put it from the 15th, and then it will populate tasks and like when I should start thinking about things if I want ads to start going live on February 15th. Now, what else do I want to do? Sometimes I love to look through their campaigns and be like, is there anything else that I want to do? And if you add a campaign, it will add to your task list. So just keep that in mind. But they have really great options if you want to like do a temporary push to grow your email list or grow your social media or whatever. So that's the first step I do. I basically have got my goals in here and I have my task list in here. Quick aside on why I love having my marketing tasks in here. I did used to have it in ClickUp, but what ended up happening is I didn't like to see my marketing tasks intermingled with my client work task because whether we like it or not, our own marketing tasks can be more flexible, right? So oftentimes if I would see a bunch of my marketing tasks, it would make me think like, is that day going to be busy? Can I move it? Anyway, it was just so easy for me to not have a clear idea of what I should be doing when. Okay, so I know that sounded almost like too straightforward, but that really is how I plan my goals and to-do list in Enji. And then week to week, I've personally asked Enji to give me tasks on Tuesday and Thursday since that's the days I'm most likely to be working on my marketing. So when I sign on to Enji, it will show me what I have going. So today is Sunday, and obviously I don't have anything going on a Sunday. It will also show you, this is the home screen, what content you have scheduled. So I am pretty much off social media as of right now for the foreseeable future, but I do post on Threads sometimes, mostly using Enji's blog repurposing tool. So I'm going to talk about that next. This is their calendar. So I can see on Tuesdays, this is like my heavy marketing day. And then on Thursdays is typically when I'm going to record a YouTube video because they go live on Thursday and that's just an easier cadence to get into. You can sort too if this feels super overwhelming. First, if it feels super overwhelming, maybe you have 5 days to work on your business, but you have like one thing every day, or maybe you only have 1 to 2 hours a week. Maybe you only have 1 to 2 hours a week to work on your marketing, in which case Enji will only give you enough tasks to fill that 1 to 2 hours. But I have more than that, obviously, and you can also sort here. So if I just wanted my tasks, which is basically what it is, or if I just wanted my content, so you can see, oh, I have one thread. Okay, I have 3 threads for this month. So anyway, I have some work to do. So it obviously looks really boring because we're just getting the month started. But what's cool is eventually I will have a planning, drafting, and scheduled thing. So once for example, actually, I can add this right now. I know that I'm going to have a YouTube video, and I am just going to put the YouTube video that I know is going live this week, which is 9 ways to find content ideas. And I could put that as scheduled. I know that I have a podcast episode. I have a podcast episode that is I quit Instagram 2 months ago. Here's what happened. And next week I have, so you want to hire a writer that doesn't use AI? Let's talk about it. If I wanted to, I could also sort these by pillar. Uh, Scheduled. This is scheduled too. And then that is a YouTube video that is scheduled. This is a YouTube video that is in progress, how I use Enji to market my business. But I'm going to leave that in the planning phase since that's where it is. I know what the video is going to be next week. It is going to be blogging versus podcasting. So both of those are still in the planning stage. And what's cool about that is then if I want to sort like content that is still in the planning phase that has not gone to the scheduled part, I can view it like that. And if I want to see what's actually scheduled, I can see how far ahead. The other thing, so I've already told you that I am planning to nix any sort of social media, but I do like Threads because of its low lift nature. So one of my favorite features in Enji and one of the ways I use it to make my content so much easier is their blog repurposing tool. So let me show you for the episode that went live next week, or this week, sorry, is all about my business goals. Sorry, that might have been excruciating to watch. But I'm basically copying and pasting what I wrote as a blog post, which, by the way, if you ever hear me talk about needing blog posts for your podcast episodes, this is a perfect example. This is not a couple paragraphs of show notes. This is what I cover in the episode. And if you're like, want to recap on what my goals were last year or whatever it is, you will find it here without having to re-listen to the entire episode. But I digress. Okay, so what you do is click here, blog post. Under post, I'm going to copy and paste what I had as a post. I could also get Enji's AI writer to kind of help me write it, but I don't want to do that right now. Scheduled. Actually, I can even put it as posted. And I can turn this blog post then. I can either repurpose it as social media or promote on social media. So repurpose is like take this content and make it its own kind of thing. And promote is like I want a post on social media that's going to encourage people to read the blog post. So I can choose from there and then be like, I could have any of these. But for me, I mostly just want to repurpose on Threads. And I could be like, give me 3 options, please, or 3 posts, and then schedule. It doesn't matter because I'm going to mess with the scheduling anyway. I always do. And obviously, with any AI copywriter, I'm like, this is going to be a first draft. Engie does take the content or tone of your voice from your website. So it should be pretty accurate. But I mean, you're still going to want to add your human touch. All right. So then I can go in again. I could tweak this and I could schedule it here. I'm not going to do that right now, but it's pretty cool. I've never seen a social media scheduler or any marketing platform that can do this all in the same tab, right? Obviously, we could all use ChatGPT and use a transcription service and like hop around from multiple tools, but the fact that we can do it like all here is amazing. Oh yeah, and you can see it has these giraffes. So I think that that is very cool. And then the last way that I'm going to use Engie to both like plan and track and execute my marketing is with their KPI tool. This is another thing that I just find to be the best of the best, the creme de la creme, I guess, because there is no other platform that I'm aware of that lets you track like marketing metrics like website visitors or Instagram followers, like all of these things. Okay, maybe your social media scheduler could track it, but not really. I've never seen website stuff in the same place. But then on top of that, I can also track new clients that come my way, and I could track more things like that, like total revenue or honestly, whatever I want. Engie has tons of things that you can track. A lot of this is stuff that it will automatically pull from you if you sync your accounts too, which is cool. And then once a month on the first, they have KPI days where we all end users kind of like collectively come on the platform and look at their metrics, and it gives you a chance to like maybe change what you're doing. Using Engie's dashboard and like again, seeing how everything is falling and is one of the reasons that I quit Instagram. You might think that I quit Instagram, posting on Instagram in June, but I actually just quit in November because I was like, wow, the numbers are down. All my other numbers are going up. Look at my Instagram followers literally crawling. So, yeah, anyway, having this like data in a visual way helps you make smarter business decisions. And I'm really excited to use it even more this year. And again, one of the only platforms where you're like, the money I'm making and website and social media all in one place so you can see patterns a lot easier. Anyway, that's it. That's how I'm using Engie in 2026. I would love to know if you're using Engie marketing software. If you have a marketing tool that you love, let me know in the comments. And yeah, I'm looking forward to a great year. And if you want to stick around in my world and hear all my marketing tips and tricks, make sure to subscribe and like this video. Thank you.